Ed Sheeran and Liam Gallagher were beaten by Stormzy in a huge shake-up at last night's Brits, just 2 years after the Grime MC labelled the ceremony embarrassing and so white. The rapper from Croydon, South London, whose real name is Michael Omari, won British Album of the Year, the top award of the night, which is supported by my bizarre column. Grime artist Stormzy took home 2 gongs at the Brit Awards earlier tonight. He also won tonight's most competitive prize, Best British Male, where he fought off tough competition from Ed, Liam, Rag and Bone Man and newcomer LOYLE CARNER. Ed went home with only the Global Success Award, which is based solely on sales around the world. In the UK, Ed has sold 2.8 million copies of his album Divide, while Stormzy's Gang signs. Stormzy's win over more commercially successful acts marks a dramatic shake-up of the industry. The 24-year-old top gong Mastercard British Album of the Year. The rapper seemed overcome with emotion as he went up to collect his award. Stormzy gives emotional speech after winning the British Album of the Year award at the Brit Awards 2018. The Sun joined celebrities on the red carpet for the 2018 Brit Awards in London 2 years ago. He branded the awards embarrassing on the one-take freestyle as he backed the Brits are white movement on Twitter. He then attended a meeting with Brits bosses, who listened to his criticism and overhauled the 1,000-strong voting panel to make it younger and more diverse. The BBC said at the time, if anyone can claim to be the driving force behind the Brits changing its voting system to reflect a more diverse range of nominees, it's Stormzy. Earlier night a Brits source told me, Stormzy campaigned for the voting system to be changed and now he has benefited by winning the top 2 prizes. It's a huge achievement for him. Ed Sheeran's Divide album sold 2.8 million copies compared to Stormzy's 298,000, but was only handed the Global Success gong. Pictured on stage with Rolling Stones' Ronnie Wood, the rapper had previously dubbed the ceremony embarrassing. Talking in 2016, Brits boss Ed Doherty said, "I remember earlier this year when Stormzy tweeted about being shocked by some of the Brits nominations. That was really a wake-up call for me." The Jeremy Corbyn supporter was a popular choice among guests at the O2 Arena in South London earlier night after his debut album Gang Signs. But in November Stormzy was struck by controversy after it was revealed he had used homophobic language on Twitter before finding fame. Stormzy attracted controversy last year amid a string of homophobic tweets. In the tweets, posted over 3 years, he referred the gays and his character was a F*** king F***, and called someone else a lil F*** T, among others. He later apologized, saying, "I said some foul and offensive things whilst tweeting years ago at a time when I was young and proudly ignorant. I take responsibility for my mistakes." Meanwhile, New Rules singer Dua Lipa established herself as the new star of British pop, winning British Female Solo Artist and British Breakthrough Act. Dua Lipa wins the award for the Best British Breakthrough Act, her second Brit of the night. Kiwi singer Lorde was named Best International Female but skipped the ceremony, despite being asked to perform. A Brit source said, "We were criticised for a lack of female performers, but Lorde was asked to sing and turned it down. It's a real shame given she ended up winning." The homegrown best group were Damon Albarn's band Gorillaz, while Foo Fighters, who did perform at the ceremony, took the international gong. That will weigh down the luggage when they head back to the States. Bizarre verdict. Ed Sheeran and Sam Smith are far and away Britain's biggest male pop exports. They're supremely talented ians who write their own s, many of which will be remembered as modern classics. The talented Sam Smith didn't receive a single nomination despite being booked to perform. Sam Smith gives a phenomenal performance of his Too Good at Goodbyes at the Brit Awards 2018, but last night they were virtually ignored by the Brits, which is meant to celebrate the best in Maine. Unfathomably, Sam didn't receive a single nomination, despite being booked to perform. And Ed could only manage the consolation prize of Global Success, which is based solely on international sales. Ed Sheeran gives hair-jerking performance with his single Supermarket Flowers. The problem is that the vast majority of the 1,000-strong panel who make these decisions are quite simply snobs. How can LOYLE CARNER, who has never had a top 10 album, be nominated over Sam and Noel Gallagher or Robbie Williams or Harry Styles? It seems bizarre to have the likes of little-known LOYLE CARNER receive a nomination while heavyweights like Sam Smith and Noel Gallagher were completely ignored. As for Stormzy, voters entirely ignored the fact he was recently found to have posted deplorable homophobic language on social media, including the F-word. Grime has gone main and it is the of youth, so I'm not for a second saying it doesn't need to be recognized. But Brits voters should not forget that commercial success stories such as Ed and Sam doesn't equal bad or uncool. Read on for more of Dan Wootton's bizarre column All Eyes on Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa ensured all eyes were on her, both on and off the red carpet. She turned up in a flamboyant baby pink tulle dress, then stripped off to perform New Rules in this high-cut leotard and matching jacket. Dua Lipa performed after winning 2 gongs at the ceremony, and just to make extra sure that everyone saw her, she leaped high into the air. Picking up the first of 2 awards, Dua said, "Here's to more women on these stages, more women winning awards, and more women taking over the world. She's making a good go of it on all 3 fronts." I revealed the Spice Girls are back, but they won't be at next year's Brits. Baby Spice Emma Bunton said, "I'm not sure about that. It was 21 years ago and it was magical. It brings back nervous memories." Opening the Brits, clear Ed's not wed. Ed Sheeran sparked rumors he had got married in secret when he wore a silver band on his wedding finger this week. But earlier tonight he told me he is definitely not hitched and that it's actually an engagement ring. Ed Sheeran with his fiancée Cherry Seaborn. Ed, who proposed a childhood sweetheart Cherry Seaborn at the end of last year, said it was his other half's idea to get the bling. In an exclusive interview, superstar Ed told me, "I've never understood why men don't wear engagement rings when women do. Cherry actually made me get this. I haven't told anyone that." Ed played new supermarket flowers at the ceremony. The singer has dismissed rumors he has already walked down the aisle with his beau. It has become the 5th single from his record-breaking 3rd album Divide. Unbucking his usual one-man band style, he included a piano player, bassist and choir for the ballad. The heart-wrenching is about his late grandmother, who was ill while he was writing the album. But Ed was determined to fight back his emotions on the night. Ed Sheeran snapped with Bizarre's Dan Wootton at the awards bash after winning his award. Ed said he was heading home for a curry with Cherry, and while he only went home with 1 gong, the Global Success Award, he did not drown his sorrows at the end of the night. It was a very different story in 2015, when he was carried out of Iglesia after party after winning 2 awards. Earlier night Ed said he was heading straight home. He explained, "Usually at the Brits I walk into the party and think, I wish I'd just gone home and had a curry. So tonight that's what I'm doing." His head will be thanking him this morning. Stuck into a beetroot and goat's cheese parfait with rhubarb caviar, then duck breast and celeriac dauphinoise and a lemongrass white chocolate mousse. Veggies got a spiced chickpea and mushroom roll. Little Mix reunited for the night for the first red carpet event together since September, presenting Stormzy with British male solo artist Jade Thirlwall, Leanne Pinnock, Jessie Nelson and Perry Edwards were seen as a foursome, but Arsenal fan and host Jack Whitehall was less happy to see Perry Edwards bring boyfriend and ex-gunner Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Rapper Big Shaq also lifted the lid on why he posed with Cheryl on Instagram earlier this month, insisting it was a chance meeting and not confirmation of a collaboration. He said, "We were just in a mutual place, ended up meeting up. I'm a big fan of hers, she showed love back, that's about it. But he is up for working with her," adding, "Let's see what happens. If I see her, I'm going to go over and say hi, definitely." And earlier tonight commuters in London got a rush hour shock. Celebs including Ellie Goulding and Miley in class ditched chauffeur-driven cars for public transport to get to the awards. Ellie Goulding clasping a white rose as a mark of solidarity with UAL harassment group Time's Up. Ellie was seen spotted on the tube ahead of tonight's bash. Ellie blended in by keeping her dress hidden under a long coat while on the tube below, before walking the red carpet. By Bonnie McLaren, Liam Gallagher and Gary Barlow paid tribute to the Manchester terror attack victims at last night's awards. Take That, Gary, 47, read a speech dedicated to the 22 people killed by a suicide bomber at an Ariana Grande gig. Gary said May's attack saw us changed irrevocably, but that the response to it epitomized the human spirit. He then asked Liam, 45, on stage where he performed Live Forever. The singer appeared to wipe away a tear as he finished. The former Oasis star was drafted in after American Ariana, 24, cancelled her own performance. Doctors ordered her not to fly after she was taken ill. Gary Barlow pays tribute to the victims of the Manchester attacks at the Brit Awards 2018, blowing a $300K budget. Kendrick Lamar blew $300